Andrew Murray, apartment specialists. How is an apartment valued? Now, with apartments, size does matter more than houses, more than anything else. And the reason why is the value of an apartment is all brought down to the value per square metre. For example, if you purchase an apartment for 400,000 and it's 100 square metres, well then the value of that apartment per square metre is 4,000 per square metre. Okay, so what a valuer does is they come in, they talk about the market, a lot of it's just cut and paste stuff, but really it comes down to the sales they use. And the valuer decides what sales to use. So it's a big grey area here. There's a lot of discussion that can be around on the accuracy of valuations because the valuer can choose high sales in a building or low sales to compare. And it's also where they find these values to support the value that something's sold for. But anyway, it's not really about that. So how it's done is, for example, here this is a property that was sold in a character building, and so what they've used is compared similar buildings and sales in that buildings and taken every single one down to a square meterage rate. C24 Anzac Ave, because a 3-bedroom brought down to 3,496 per square metre because it was 163 square metres and it was sold for 570,000. Okay, one in Metropolis, okay, 540,000, 85 square metres, divide 540 by 85 gives you 606,353, and so on. So it's all about the sales price divided by the square meterage, and that gives you the value. You can see here they also use ones in the building, which they generally are the most reliant on because they are the most comparable. So for example, 1C, 220,000, which has 43 square meters, divide 220 by 43 and it gives you 5,116 square meters. Anyway, then they look at all of that, giving more weighting generally to the apartments being sold in the building, and you have a valuation. 100 square meters at 5,200, which equals 520,000. Now, the actual purchase of the price of that apartment was very similar to that, and that's what most valuers will do. They will come up with a valuation very similar to the purchase price because that's what the market has shown. And they use evidence in regards to sales through square meterage to show this. Now, that is what's a very interesting question is different valuers can show completely different values and neither is wrong. So it's a very interesting process, but I hope that gives you a bit of an insight to how apartments are valued, and that'll help you look at your own apartment or help you look when you look at the value of other apartments, comparing what one sold for, what another sold for, are they the same, similar kind of apartment, and then take it down to the square meterage. I hope that helped, and next week I'm going to be talking about a question always asked, when should I sell my apartment? How do I know? And yeah, hopefully this helps. I'll talk to you next week. Cheers.